guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you a behind the scenes of taking my graduation photos. I recently graduated from Virginia Tech, and if you didn't know, I actually didn't really get to graduate because of the whole coronavirus thing, but I recently went back to school to move out of my apartment as well as take my grad photos. Whether or not you go to Virginia Tech, hopefully this video will inspire your graduation photos. I'm going to be sharing locations, different poses, different ways of taking your photos, and I'm also going to be showing the final results. So I hope this really helps you guys if you are watching this video because you're about to take them or you're just dreaming of taking them and graduating college. As always, make sure to check out my Instagram. I have posted some of my grad pics there as well as some creative content on there. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this and congrats on graduating. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna start off with talking about the photographer first. So for my shoot, I got a photographer and he charged a $75 flat fee. It was a 2-hour time slot and it was in limited locations as well as outfit changes, which is awesome. It's hard to find that with a professional photographer who does this as their real job. This was actually a graduating senior, so he was kind of just doing this as a side gig, but he was awesome at it. I actually ended up paying him extra because they literally were just amazing. I also wanted to know a few things that I noticed about him taking the photos. So maybe if you're hiring a friend or something, you can kind of bring this upon yourself. But every time we took photos, like every outfit change, whether I took my graduation cap on or off, or my gown was on or off, he really took every second before the photo to perfect what was on me. With graduation, you have a lot of things on you, whether you have, you know, your cords, your honor sash, your college sash, your gown, and he really like lined everything to make sure it was perfect in the photo. Nothing was like kind of messed up or like uneven, just to make sure the photos are perfect. So if you aren't hiring a professional photographer or your photographer is not doing that while you're taking the photos, just kind of keep it in your head and make sure that when you're taking the photos, you can kind of look down and be like, okay, is everything even? Is everything perfect? Or maybe even ask the person who's taking your photos to check for you. That was just one thing that like was awesome. He had a great eye for that, and it really just like made all the photos perfect. And I'm a little OCD, so I kind of like that when he was just like, okay, fix this, fix that, fix your hair, whatever. The graduation cap actually had a little tassel and it said 2020, and we took some photos with that, and the photos, literally before the photo, he was like, okay, let me make sure the 2020 is showing, the tassel is perfect, untangle the tassel, your tassel looks like it has a knot in it. Like, it was literally perfect. So the photos came out awesome. If he didn't check on that, you might have not seen the 2020. It's just those little small details that kind of make the photos just amazing, because you're gonna have these photos for a while. Okay, so moving into my outfit, this is one thing that I just kind of wanted to throw in here because I know outfits are something that everyone's like, oh, I have to get a graduation dress. So I actually ordered my dress off of Lulu's. I'm going to link it down below. I'm not sure if it's going to be available in the years to come if you're watching this 5 years down the road, but I wanted to go form-fitting just because the gown is definitely very flowy, so I wanted to kind of contrast that. And then for the shoes, I knew I wanted to kind of accent, give it a little pop of color, so I got these cute rose gold block shoes from Lulu's as well. And what I ended up doing was I actually ordered 2 dresses and 2 pairs of shoes from Lulu's, tried them both on, and picked what I wanted out just so I had an option. And this of course was during coronavirus, so I didn't want to order it and then not have enough time to order something else again if I didn't like the dresses. But everything ended up fitting so well, and then I ended up returning the other 2 pieces because I wasn't going to keep everything. So that's what I did for the outfit. Okay, so moving into locations, this is specific to Virginia Tech, so if you go to Virginia Tech, I hope this is really helpful. The locations that we actually shot at were the Han Horticultural Garden, so we actually went there first. That was a little bit more casual. Then we went to the Pylons and Torre Bridge, took some photos there. It was really awesome. So we actually went at around 5:30 and we were there until 7:30-ish. The sun was kind of just setting, so there was no harsh light on any of the photos, except we went to Torg Bridge and the pylons, and the sun you can kind of see in the background. It was definitely less harsh than if it was midday. After Torg Bridge and pylons, we went to Burris. So Burris is the place that everyone takes photos in front of, and it can be hard to actually get a time slot slash like a place there where nobody is standing there. So you kind of have to plan around this. Make sure that when you're going, you're kind of straightforward about getting your spot to take pictures. If you go when everyone's going, you might have to Photoshop some people out. But Burris for me is a little bit more special than most people because my School of Interior Design is in that building, so that is my building that I go into every single day to class. So it was definitely an important location that I wanted to get. And then I also took pictures under the kind of Harry Potter arches, because that's just like a feature to Virginia Tech that's just Virginia Tech. And then I also took pictures in front of my college sign, so the board that says like Interior Design Department. Some suggested locations that I had suggested in the beginning but we didn't end up going to: Lane Stadium. If you can get in, sometimes it's locked, most of the time it's locked, but people will like jump fences and sometimes it's just unlocked, and you can go take pictures in there with friends, I mean just by yourself as well. But I would have loved to take pictures at Lane Stadium. Obviously you go to games all the time in, you know, the fall, so it's kind of an important part of your college life, so it's kind of fun to capture that in your photos. So if you can go to Lane Stadium, I recommend that as well. And then another location, maybe a little quick shoot, I thought would be a really cool location is right in front of Castle Coliseum. There is that kind of textured stone wall, and I just love the texture and kind of wanted to get a photo in front of that. Maybe it doesn't have to be your graduation photos, but I felt like it would be a good location to take some grad photos. So those are my suggested locations and the locations we went to. Obviously there's more locations you can go to. I would suggest just thinking about the important places to your college experience and kind of how you can capture that in your graduation photos. The first location we went to was Han Horticulture Garden. So this is actually kind of funny, and if you didn't know, I transferred, so I only was at Virginia Tech for like 3 years instead of 4, which is probably not an excuse, but this was the first time I was actually at Han Horticulture Garden taking my grad pics. But it was just a really great, beautiful location to take casual photos. My family even jumped in on a few, and so did my boyfriend, so it was just a really nice casual place to take photos, as well as the lighting was just really nice. Next location we went to was the pylons. I threw my grad cap up, and there were just some really cool photos. And then we had gone over across the road from that to Torg Bridge. I got to kind of show some excitement with my grad cap and my arms and everything. It was just some kind of cool photos. Then we went to Burris. So like I said in the beginning, this is where everyone takes their pictures, but it was especially important to me because it's where I went to go to class every day for interior design. One of my favorite photos was me throwing the grad cap out to the photographer, and it was just like a really cool, fun, creative photo. He took a lot of pictures where people are like standing in the trees. The leaves are kind of framing the photo, and then you are kind of set back. And that was kind of his idea for when people are waiting to take pictures in front of Burris. So if you have a cool photographer, you might want to get that idea and do that, because it was just really, it was a really kind of cute, fun idea. And I also played around with some photos not having my graduation gown on, some photos with it. I also had an honor sash, which I felt like was taking away from my dress, so I ended up just taking it off for the pictures at the end because I wanted to just show the dress. So that's what I did as well. So that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed and got some inspiration for your grad photos. Let me know in the comments down below what year you're graduating, because I'm sure this video is going to be helpful for many people in the future. Also, congratulations on graduating. You did it, and hopefully you get to graduate. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!